Hello and welcome back to my Pyanodons challenge run. During the last episode, I worked on getting logistics research set up. Not to the point where it was actually being made, but a lot of the pieces were there. The missing piece is what we're going to be working on today. I missed the ability to take a lot of the animal byproducts that I'll need to make and turn them into something else, something useful, but anything else, anything that I can get rid of basically, because otherwise the whole system would be back up and I would just jam up and no logistics science would actually end up getting made, or very little of it at least, very little by the 300x standards. During the hands-off period, I mostly was planning that out. I set up a few nice builds that I'll want to do and found a million tasks that I need to get through to get everything going. We'll see how far I actually get through this. I am not 100% guaranteeing that we'll actually get logistics running full tilt perfectly this episode. In fact, that would be insane to guarantee. But even whether I decide to turn it on at the end and run it full tilt, or whether there are so many problems that I want to do another hands-off mode and like to look at the debugging that I need to do, we'll see. But I do have my checklist and I do have a lot of things to get through. So let's jump into the episode after all the music. So today is going to be the big day for logistics science, or at least I hope so. There is a lot of stuff to do as usual, but not only do I have to do a lot of things, I kind of have to manage it in the right order. Otherwise, I'm going to get a bunch of spoilage because two of the components of logistics science spoil. Not just one, I was wrong about that. Solidified Sarcoris also spoils, which is going to be kind of a problem for me. Let's get some requests put on my mall. I had a little blueprint of the additional ingredients that I wanted to today, and this just means that I don't have to remember exactly what I needed to type in. The mall is going to complain at me because I don't have atomizers programmed in. Not only that, but I also kind of want to take away these washers and move them someplace else. I will put them next to the atomizers because they're a component in the atomizers, and it'll be easier not to put the washers on the mall sushi belt if I don't have to, as a like a constant demand. I mean, obviously, if I need them all, I'll put them on the sushi belt. So I also grabbed a little blueprint for all the things that I have to program a caravan with to bring to this particular mall stop. So I'm going to program this caravan and be right back. Okay, that should be done. I just need to tell my mall that I've actually done it, and then I'll be able to work on something else. It's going to take quite a while for those atomizers to be built, especially because that caravan has to run around willy-nilly finding all the ingredients for it. So let me add this, and then we'll go find another couple of things to do so that I can get my building materials done. Although as long as I have native flora collectors, there's also some tasks that I can do with those. So it's not really that bad. Let me make a few caravan outposts as well. I'm going to need some more. Oh, while I'm here, I also need to take care of a problem that developed over the hands-off period. During the hands-off period, I had an issue where my iron voiding didn't work out for me. I have to void some iron that is still coming in from iron oxide, like right here. And yeah, it started to back up. Now, the jam wouldn't have caused a failure even if it had propagated further back. I mean, it got pretty far back, but this would have just blocked simple circuit production. That would be the biggest damage from it. And simple circuits, until I make logistics science, are not a mission critical item. But now they are, and I'm going to have a better way to avoid those. Basically, by having this line guaranteed to run into the simple circuits, which should constantly be using up some. Now, this looks pretty bad up here, but normally I don't have that much of an iron demand or too much iron oxide coming into void, so routing it like this hopefully won't be a problem. Anyway, yeah, let me go back to what I was doing before. Here's another thing I can do. Before I wanted to take all the glass that was on, pipes that were on a belt off, because now it became a steel only belt after I reversed it. So I can take all these pipes back, and I can also reclaim a caravan, because what I can do here is route duralumin down here. And that is one item that is now provided for. I already routed in steel into this area, so I should be able to take one of these caravans that only had two things that it was grabbing, take its cargo away, and yeah, now this one I can use elsewhere. And this one just needs to bring in glass. Okay, well, that's a bunch of duralumin that I need to find a use for. Maybe I'll dump it into my mall. Be right back. Fortunately, duralumin is used pretty much everywhere inside of this mall, so it's pretty easy to get rid of. Next item. I have to make some chests for the future. I'll go reclaim my zinc chests. Let's go futz with solidified Sarcoris. That's something that I need to fix. There's a few issues with the subcritical water build up here. I didn't put inserters in the exact right place, so some of these are not getting fed. I have to connect a pipe up properly. So I'm going to fix this, but I'm not going to be turning on solidified Sarcoris, although I think I will turn on the basic substrate. That'll let me test out that my voiding of biocrud, if this if it backs up, is properly set up. And also, yeah, it's the second to last ingredient that I need to hook up here. I also already know there's a couple issues here, so I'm going to deal with those preemptively. All right, that should get basic substrate going. Now let me fix the issues with subcritical water, and then we can move on to the next thing. All right, that's taken care of. Now to play with this outpost a little bit, because I need to switch it to have some chitin here to void, and also make these solidified Sarcorises care about whether this outpost is getting full of the product. It's not going to be perfect, but yeah, let's make it so it's a little less likely that I create spoilage here. Also need to come back and adjust this caravan, because it's going to have to run a little bit of a racetrack back and forth, bringing solidified Sarcoris rather than what I'd intended initially. But first I need a caravan outpost to void the chitin that is the product of spoiled solidified Sarcoris. I also need to set up a place to get rid of lead and tin, another couple of byproducts from logistics science production. So I'm going to do that right now, and I'll be right back after I have. This also lets me deal with the problem that I created for myself when I initially did this, in as much as, yeah, I set this up originally to use treated wood as the fuel source, and then switched it over to hydrocarbon sources, but never sorted out dealing with ash that could be produced by these assemblers. So yeah, let me take care of that as well. Okay, it's kind of a mess, but I think that fixes it. So yeah, this is done. I'm glad I can give my mall plenty of time to get to work, because yeah, hopefully I'll come back with all of the buildings that I need to get building done. But for now, let me go put that last caravan outpost that has to avoid chitin in, and then I can reprogram that caravan, and then I can go back to my mall and see what it's accomplished. All right, this caravan's going to be a little bit of a track star, like I said. Even programming him in stop by and grab food each time that he does this circuit. So he's going to come up here, load his items, including a chitin that is spoiled, then run back and unload, grab any chitin that's spoiled down at the lab area, drop off his chitin, get some food, and repeat the circuit. So yeah, go ahead and get going with that. Actually, while I'm in this area, I also want to do a couple of fixes to my AUG slaughtering area. So I'm going to take care of that and give my mall the maximum leeway to build some stuff for me. So the two things I need to deal with here are this was supposed to take tired AUGs and not the fresh ones. Fortunately, because I didn't have any fresh ones coming through, didn't actually end up destroying anything, but yeah, that was misset. All right, let me fix that, and now the tired AUGs can flow through. I also want to let the fresh AUGs just start going. They can, yeah, I don't need to gate this anymore because I should have just a constant flow of tire dogs being made now for logistics science, so might as well get with the program here. All right, hopefully that circuit network won't have a problem. I'll unhook it later if it actually is a problem. Another issue is I can have spoilage coming down on both sides of this belt. I'm only really taking care of the spoilage from one side. Kind of need to take care of it from either side, so I'm going to deal with that. Okay, and that should be fixed. But yeah, there's a lot of spoilage being created because this build wasn't actually producing any OGs, so all the fluorosplenine was going in the wrong place. Also needed to fix that inserter. It was mistargeted. Okay, I don't want to have these guys start being slaughtered quite yet. First, I'd like to actually get all the voiding set up. So let's see how my mall's managed in my absence. If it hasn't done anything, I'm going to be in trouble. Oh, I see stuff. I see stuff in this chest. That's a good sign. Yep, have a lot of native flora collectors. Not quite as many as I wanted, but maybe there's a few in here. Fantastic. I think I still need 3 more, so we'll ask for those 3 more. Because I asked for 59, and I've got that 46, so 13 more. And with native flora collectors in my inventory, now I can go ahead and yeah, I get to work with some stuff. Oh, I also have some atomizers already built. That's great because I'll need a lot of them. Let's go to the next target. My next target is to get my manure production going full tilt, and all I have to do for that is to put these native flora collectors down. It is very hard to tell where you've missed a native flora collector. You have to, looking at the map is actually the best way because they're nearly invisible unless you're really close by. The fact that it's a blueprint and not a actual building. So I'm going to head back, but yeah, this should be going. Oh, okay, that reminds me of another thing I have to do. I have to set up a outpost for urea collection. Shame I can't actually drive too well through this area, but at least I've got refined concrete here. Okay, now I can make a caravan to take my urea away. That sounds dirty, but that's not. Okay. Okay, bad dad jokes. I need to work on actually thinking of what I'm doing, not making dumb jokes. All right, now with the manure flowing full tilt, this urea production should get going. Next target has solidified. Does the basic substrate gotten here? Yes, perfect. Has it created a bunch of biocrud? Probably hasn't had a real chance to, but these have turned off, which is as desired because I have some basic substrate on the line here already. So yeah, the my anti-spoilage there is working. Yeah, let's go back to the mall and grab some more supplies. All right, so it's got almost everything done except a few more atomizers and a few more native flora collectors. I don't think I'm going to wait around for those. I'm going to get started on something, and yeah, I'll be back after to collect the last of it. Though it's going to be done really soon. Okay, well, one little interruption I can make. So these ghost scanners, they are fantastic. They're doing great work for me. But they do use up a tiny amount of UPS, even after you mess with the settings to reduce their cost. So what I think I'm going to do is I'm just going to have the bots delete them, and then I'll put them back later on. I set up this little deconstruction planner to get rid of the stations. This does 2 things for me. First of all, saved me a tiny amount of UPS. Second of all, it means that when I go and put them back, I'll have to choose a new letter. and that will force me to like know what letters I'm actually using. Plus, since I've updated the blueprint, I actually will want to have new drop-off stations in a couple of those places, and who knows, maybe I'll be updating the blueprint again. All right, how we're doing over here? Anything else come through? Yeah, a couple more atomizers and no more native flora collectors, unfortunately. Maybe I can just make the other two. Hold on. Now I'm going to do like I planned. I'm going to go and build some stuff and then come back here. So first thing to build is down at my logistics science area. Be right back. All right, here is one build that I'm doing. This is meant to help me get rid of two of the, well, more than two, several of the animal byproducts that I need to delete. The first one I'm going to be deleting here is skin. Skin you have to get rid of with atomizers. You can turn it into lead ore, which is really useful, but it doesn't spoil, so you have basically no choice. You have to find something to do with it. So these atomizers are set up to get rid of skin, and they will just be dumping the lead ore into furnaces, and then that really compresses the lead ore down. Like, I could send it up as raw lead ore to my processing facility, which would get a better yield out of lead plates from them, but I decided, yeah, just to go for logistic simplicity here and directly smelt the lead. I'm also going to do the same thing with meat, which is turned into tin, and then tin plate right on site. So yeah, a little bit of direct insertion going on, which, you know, like I always love. And then I will need to hook up power through this system. Oops, I do have some power poles. I just don't think I've connected the other side. Okay. Then I need to hook up fuel because the atomizers are a fuel-based building. They need any kind of fuel that a furnace would normally use. So hydrocarbons, you know, coal, and biologicals like wood. So I should just be able to hook this up and get that going. I also need to set up this composter because while I'm going to try and use up, well, I will be using up every bit of lard that comes through here. Lard does spoil into biocrud, and yeah, so I have to get rid of that biocrud. I'm setting it up right here and then adjusting that inserter to pull off the end of the line so it gets last crack at any lard coming through. But yeah, I've ratioed it so that I should have the exact right amount of lard being produced by the non-tired augs over here. Similarly, bones can block. Bones are basically like a gating factor. So if I have too many bones, these tired augs can stop being slaughtered, and you know, like, because essentially the bones are the thing that I need the most out of. Everything else I have an oversupply of, and which is why I have to get rid of it. Speaking of getting rid of it, there's two more items that I have to get rid of: brains and guts. The brains could be turned into zinc, which would be useful, but I have, like, I don't know, 0.2 seconds of 0.2 brains per second worth of overproduction here. So I'm just going to let it spoil into jerky, and then the guts also jerky. I have a lot of guts, but you can atomize guts into chlorine, which, yeah, I definitely don't need a bunch of chlorine. So that's why all of these chests here are here as a spoilage center. And I'll need a bunch of caravans doing the standard dance to eat as much as possible and get rid of that. I also need to have something here that deals with the chitin that could be coming through. So let me set that up. Okay, that should deal with any potential chitin, solidified sarcoris spoilage. I need to set up a water line coming in here, and also the last thing that needs to be voided, which is blood. So I'm going to be carrying blood to a different area. But for right now, I'm just going to set up these pipes and also fix yet another mistake where I didn't filter these inserters properly. So I put a bunch of coal and stuff inside of this caravan outpost. Okay, so let's see what I can toss away. Okay, got rid of... Nope, have not at all gotten rid of this mess. I have a lot more coal on me. Okay, just barely managed to dump it all. Okay, so this area I think is set up properly. Yeah, let's hope so. What I want to do next is connect up the slaughtering and also this water line. This will mean that animal samples can start being made and can start spoiling, but solidified Sarcoris takes an even shorter amount of time to spoil, so might as well do this one first. And then I will have to be in a rush to deal with the blood. So, yeah, as always, stressing myself out. And I need to get a caravan to come here and bring me treated wood. So let me go also grab a bunch of caravans, and hopefully my mall is finished building things for me. All right, we'll have to come back there to grab more caravans because, yeah, I was really presumptuous in thinking that I wouldn't need more caravans for this build. All right, let's go deal with the blood. Nope, I also need to put down some native flora farms. So that'll be kind of on my way. And I guess I'm not going to use my taxi today. This is where I'm going to grab native flora to make solidified Sarcoris with, and it feels like I'm going to put myself on a timer now, and, well, a spoilage timer, of course. It shouldn't actually be that bad if I get some spoilage, but we'll see. Anyway, so I'm going to set this caravan up to bring native flora up to solidified Sarcoris, and, yeah, then we'll see how it goes. Okay, he also needs a slightly different than normal schedule because he needs to load up. Actually, yeah, no, I have, forgot I have spoilage, a way to delete spoilage. So where'd he go? I'll adjust his schedule. Yeah, I forgot that I did. I'm staring at right at it, but I forgot that I planned ahead for getting rid of spoilage from this outpost. Okay, timer is running. Now let's go deal with the blood and also look at how og slaughtering is going. Do I have... Oh, I don't have that wood caravan coming. Need to do that. Let me be right back. Okay, so some of this slaughtering will happen. Is that warning still gonna... Oh, okay, I did fix it. So some of the slaughtering will happen, but I will have to wait for the treated wood to come through to have... Oops, why is this? Okay, so it is coming through. Okay, that's might be a problem. I'll have to go clean that up. I put augs on the wrong side of the line over there. All right, I can't spend all day cleaning that out when it's still coming down the pipe, so I will move on to the blood. I'm actually surprised I've got none in the pipe right now. Well, I must be making blood because I just got my first animal sample done. Fantastic. Let's hope I can put the blood voiding together before it becomes a problem. So this is my blood voiding build. It is a direct insertion monstrosity. You have the atomizers, which will make iron ore. And I figured out when I was looking at the ratios, the 2 atomizers feeding 1 jaw crusher is almost perfect. It's like 80%, but that's close enough for me. And then 1 jaw crusher feeding 1 basic oxygen furnace is perfect. So this build, what it does is it has 2 atomizers feeding those jaw crushers, and it winds everything through otherwise. So, you know, like the processed iron is fed to one of these oxygen furnaces from below and one from above. And the the stone that is extracted for this winds its way around through the whole build, up and down and around and around. I like doing that sort of thing because A, it means no splitters and no combination of transport lanes. It's just one straight transport lane, and B, it's kind of neat. So yeah, lots of snaky stuff in my builds. What else to say about it? It's fed by 14 secondary furnaces, creating more fuel value out of raw coal. Because otherwise I need like 3 belts worth of raw coal to feed this hungry beast. And I'll need like 12 electrolyzers to provide it with oxygen. I am going to continue to use the existing build here that makes molten iron. If I can get away with it, it's still going to be metered by power like I had before, but this build has to run, so this one is not metered, and this is why I need all of those augs doing laps around the treadmill, because there's various processes like the electrolysis that are pretty power hungry. So I'm going to have to run back to base and get more inserters, unfortunately. So, yeah, I think this build is the neatest one out of the ones I've done lately, because I just love how compact and direct inserty it is. Just hooked up the native flora, so that should eventually get biological samples being made too. So I think we're closing in on getting all the pieces for logistic science going. I just have to deal with the byproducts more. So I'm going to go back and grab some more stuff from the base to finish this stuff out. Got my first solidified sarcoris done, so that's more progress being made. I'm also going to grab a bunch of things from this fish build to just manually drop off. I probably will set up a caravan to haul that down at some point, but for now it took like, I don't know, 30 episodes to fill up on things that I need to avoid. It's a quick trip down there. So, yeah, let me finish up the blood voiding, and then we'll see what other trouble I have to get myself into. Okay, now this is taken care of. The last major thing I have to do before entering fix-it and repair mode is to go ahead and fix this while I'm looking at it. I was just seeing how my labs are doing. I don't really have any of the supplies other than batteries down here yet, so that's not the greatest sign, but I guess I must have gotten, yeah, I've got a few other things going. Animal samples are there at least. So, yeah, maybe I'll take care of this build, see what I need to do. Native flora should be making its way over on a belt, hopefully, probably. Might take a while. No, that's not the wrong belt. Okay, I'll track it down. But assuming the pieces are together, yeah, there's native flora making its way down. Should be able to make biological sciences, and then I'll just need to wait for the solidified sarcoris to come over there. And as I was saying, the last thing I really need to do is work on avoiding the molten iron. Also need to grab some cotton guts here. Need to get this build going faster, and the way to get it going faster, I guess it doesn't need more kickstarting. What's going on? Are you just super full? Oh yeah, I wanted to fix this. I'll be right back. I guess this build is mostly just super full. So as I was saying, let me make sure biological sciences will be running the, what is it, biological samples? Yeah. And then we'll move on to how I'm going to avoid the molten iron. There we've got some native flora finally showing up, so this should get the biological samples going. And with that done, let's hope the poor alien samples will be able to run. Let me dump the skin off, and then we'll see what to do next. First poor alien sample is done. Fantastic. I don't mind kind of blocking up the whole works by getting rid of that skin. Shouldn't be a problem, especially since I can throw in a lot of bones into this system as well. There's an excess of meat and other products coming through anyway. Look at, how come you're not rendering? Guts is stalled. Why is guts stalled? Oh, okay. I just need to fix this up. Be right back. There, now the guts will flow. Okay, next disaster to take care of. This should be the other way around. Now these will be unblocked. Fantastic. I need to set up some caravans here, so I'll do that right now. Okay, now we just need the animal samples to come through and the solidified Sarcoris. Let's see how my solidified Sarcoris caravan is doing. There is some here, and he is right next door. He's right here. Do you have some to drop off, buddy? Yes, you do, and no spoilage, so that's good. So we'll see if the everything keeps pace. Oh, we actually have logistic science. I didn't even notice the message. Okay, fantastic. Now, we just have to make sure that everything stays good. So I'm going to work on, I think I've already mentioned this like 5 times. I'm going to work on that molten iron disposal, and yeah, then I'm going to monitor the situation. Forgot I actually had 2 more builds to do. Wow. It's not a tour de force for me for this episode. So I need to program my mall to build me a few more things. And yeah, I'll be back after I've done that, and we'll see where I'm at. So here's the actual build that I'm doing to avoid molten iron. I was avoiding some over there, but that's not enough capacity to take all the molten iron that I might be making. So I'm doing a little small parts build here with my trademark level of direct insertion. You've got some casting units that will be feeding iron plates directly into an iron gear wheel and iron stick production area. And then everything else here is just another small parts assembler. But because I've got long-handled inserters, this will work a lot faster than my previous builds that did small parts. And then, yeah, I'm going to feed this into this lane where the small parts are turned into automation science. And I like this because it's going to let me have a lot less pressure on some of my iron mines to produce. Okay, I think I've got this set up. I was just having one caravan, setting up one caravan to service each of these caravan outposts. I'm trying to save caravans because essentially, after I convert to a train base, this whole system of caravans is slowly going to get wound down, and you can't do anything with caravans. And I feel like they've given me such loyal service that storing them in a box is kind of sad. So I'm going to make as few as possible now, and also, I don't know, eventually build them some kind of retirement home. Here's the actual last build that I need to accomplish during this session. I need more backup stone production. I need the stone production because, well, with some more molten iron being produced, I'll be producing way less stone from iron processing, and I want to be secure in the knowledge that bricks are not going to be a problem for me, as they have been so many times before. So yeah, this is a lot of pitch to brick production. I'm going to need, my mall is hopefully building me all of the high pressure furnaces and jaw crushers that I need, and I'm going to have to come back here after it's done and fill them in. All right, my jaw crushers are in progress. My high pressure furnaces were not being built at all because I had a bug in the mall. So that will be done a little more slowly than I would like. In the meantime, I will look in on how things are going with other aspects of the build today. I kind of want to spend like maybe 20-30 minutes just looking around to make sure that everything is not going to spoil or crash on me. I'm not so worried about science actually failing. The only failure could be that my power is not being sufficient, but it actually looks like it's really under control. I'm more worried that I'll just have like a ton of spoilage and cleanup to do when I get back after the hands-off period, or I will be so annoyed with how much waste is being created that I'll call a failure myself. So yeah, that is the major nuisance. I didn't want to actually stop looking at this. I kind of wanted to see that things are going fast enough. I don't have enough wood coming through. What's going on? I have biocrud on the wrong side of the belt. Well, see, there's something to fix. That would have broken solidified Sarcoris eventually. And yeah, I need to fix that. All right, that took care of that. I'm gonna dispose of this biocrud and then look for problems elsewhere. Just cleaned up the last of the cotton gut situation, so that's good. I guess I'll grab the rest of this skin and bones that I've got here. Okay, got a problem down in my og slaughtering area, so it's good I've got all this material to go take down there anyway. I'll be right back after. Looks like blood is not coming through from the tired og area. All right, my blood voiding seems to be going now, which is fantastic. What's going on with this secondary crusher? Backward inserter, naturally. Oh yeah, I have to set up a caravan to deal with all this ash. Be right back after I've done that. Okay, well, that's taken care of. Yeah, there's just going to be a ton of little details that I've forgotten as I zoomed through this, and I don't want to do what I usually do, which is like feel pressure to end the episode and leave with some of the things half-cocked, especially since there are so many builds that I'm in the process of turning on. I do have 1,200, a little bit more than that, logistic science built already, so that is going well. Probably not hitting my target rate because, yeah, there's lots of things that are percolating through. Kind of expected more meat to be on this line. All right, well, anyway, let's get rid of some more skin. Actually, it's all gone now. Perfect. What else? Yeah, I need to finish off the build that deals with the brick production. Although I kind of want to watch this for a minute. I don't know why some of these need guts, but guts is making it through. Maybe I need to add a way to jam the guts so that the inserters make sure to pick them up. Although these lines should be okay. Maybe just faster inserters would help. Okay, we'll try that. See if it works out better. I guess I'm going to go back to my mall and see if it's actually produced all the crushers and high-pressure furnaces that I asked for. At least I've got plenty of logs here, even though some pieces of this build are not running. Oh, is there still, yeah, spoilage on this line? Yeah, that could be a problem because the baby ogs, the og cubs, could stall the spoilage from getting removed. So let me fix that. Be right back. Okay, found another little arrow there. Gonna take care of that. Let's go see how the mall did. I do have at least a couple of other items that I need to tackle, even if the mall's not done, though. Looks like it's done, so I'm going to grab this stuff and go build out that area. Is this really the count? It looked like it was done. Maybe it's not done. Actually, it is definitely not done. 64 jaw crushers, and I need... Nope, it is done. Sorry, missed some stuff in the box. Okay, should not blame my mall for things. Off to work. I did simplify my pitch to brick system here a little bit to remove some of the circuitry. It's not all gone. There needs to be some circuitry to prevent my high pressure furnaces from dumping all of their bricks onto a belt when some of it needs to recycle through the system. However, it's a little bit simpler than the one that I had before. It just uses one inserter connected to each high pressure furnace and a wire between the two, whereas I had a box set up on the other one. So yeah, definitely less efficient, that older design. Still need to drop in some stone seed corn into each of these separate builds. So I'm going to be doing that for a little bit, and then we'll see how we're doing in the rest of the build. Do we have the simple circuits, small parts build going? No, we do not. Something is not connected. I'll be taking care of that next. Hot air, naturally. Okay, well, let me get some hot air going through here. And there we go. Now this is working. I'm going to throw in a few more boxes to store logistics science, by the way. Maybe it's overly optimistic, but, you know, if it does actually run the whole time, that will be fantastic, and I'll have a big pile of logistics science stored up. So let's throw in some more boxes here and hope for the best. Now a mistake in my subcritical water build still, so off to take care of that. All right, looking for more problems. Let's look at my lead voiding, which is a problem already. Great. What's going on here? Lack of borax. The caravan is waiting for borax, and I actually predicted this problem. Look, I've got the solution blueprinted right here. I just needed to add more inserters so that, yeah, this full line of borax can be fed to the caravan outpost. Probably doesn't help that I just started up the builds to avoid that molten iron, but yeah, I guess that is a problem. Hopefully that takes care of that. I'll have to check in on it. Wow, pretty deep into the episode. Let's look down here. All of these labs are working except maybe these two. Can't really see them. And those two. What are they missing? Solidified Sarcoris. That will hopefully be running down the line soon. How are the other things going? Biological samples is waiting on... Poor alien samples is waiting on biological samples, which is waiting on some bone meal. I think these are not meant to run full tilt. I think it's like 1.67 of the fluidized bed reactors, although I'm surprised I'm low on steam because it looks like my production of hydrocarbons is not enough. So I'm going to grab some more secondary crushers and put those down there. My infinite wisdom, I decided to put them really far away from the actual build, so I have to put in 2 more here, and yeah, I'll jury rig them in here. Only one of them can really contribute. If this is not enough fuel, then I've got a more serious problem. Hopefully it'll be just enough with the 1 extra. Didn't look like I was too bad. If I had electric boilers, though, I would be in a better situation. Might be able to steal some from some extra fuel, I'm thinking. No, there's no other place. Okay, I'm going to dig in over there, see what else I can do. Might be a lack of boiler problem, too. I'll see if I can address that as well. Okay, yeah, it looks like I'm just going to be slightly too short of steam here, so I will have to figure out something. I thought I'd ratioed this properly, but it looks like either between the lack of fuel or, yeah, it's the lack of fuel. So I'll need to bring in a little bit more fuel, although I really don't feel like dragging in a whole nother belt. Caravan? Could be a caravan's problem. Okay. Yeah, probably a caravan problem. I'm going to grab some more caravans, and I don't even think I've got any more outposts left. Yeah, I do have outposts left, and solve it by trucking in just a little bit more fuel. Okay, yet another problem solved, hopefully. Yeah, this caravan outpost will bring in 2 more secondary crushers worth of fuel, and I don't think I'm that far off. And if I am that far off, I need more boilers rather than more caravan outposts. I mean, rather than more fuel input. Okay. Let's go back and look at each of my builds again. This running better? Still having problems. Is this running at full tilt, though? I think the reformer does not have to run at full tilt, and the actual incubators don't either. Those were another one that is like 1.667 rather than the full 2. So hopefully this is running well. The subcritical water is constantly being made, so that's ratioed pretty close to the wire. So if that's going full tilt, I think this build is okay. How is my... Still no borax? I guess borax just started coming through. I guess the borax was still in the process of getting through the whole thing. There is a... It's not faster than it one belt can handle, right? It's exactly what one belt can handle, so this needs to be continuously filled. Maybe I need 2 caravans. It's possible I need 2 caravans. Also possible that I just need more borax production. We'll go with the 2 caravans, and then next time I will add more borax production if necessary. Like my AUG build stalled out again. Yeah, there's still biocrud that is, biomass that is polluting the system. It's really old stuff from when build wasn't running, but the fact that it's still polluting things, like it should slowly make its way out, but it's the fact that this is, I guess this one needs to be running as well. Although if the AUGs are running through, then this shouldn't be stalled out. Maybe I just don't use up enough AUGs. This episode is going to be a lot of me talking to myself, so I might have to cut out some of it and make my playthrough even more disjointed sounding than it already is. But if you, I probably will leave this section in so you know why it sounds so crazy. Looks like 2 caravans might be the ticket because this has already managed to fill itself up before another caravan arrived to pick it up. But this one down here, yeah, the caravan has left to go pick up more, and it's emptying itself out pretty quickly. Okay, there is one thing else I can do. I can prioritize this line, basically stop this line if the borax starts getting low here. So let's do something. Okay. Yeah, now this build is kind of not necessary to run because it's only there to supplement more molten iron if possible, and it forces more hydrogen to be made, but now hydrogen is not a rare commodity here anymore. Yeah, I will just cut this this portion off if this starts running too low, as it is right now. So let's adjust this a little higher. Yeah, see, now it'll cut off when this caravan outpost is less than half full. Okay. Did my fuel show up down here? No. We'll just send you over, see if that solves the issue. There's 2 more boilers, like... Yeah, I thought I ratioed this properly, but maybe I ratioed it only for 1 fluidized bed reactor. That would be silly of me. Let's look at my task list to give me a few things to do while I wait for things to stabilize with the logistics science build. Cleaned out the fish bones. Did not add the trainbot cleanup sushi circuit. That is a quick thing, which I will go ahead and do right now. All it is that over here I have set up a few combinators that are there to detect when something that is on the trainbot sushi network shouldn't be there, and take it away, put it in a box, and that box will then go ahead and feed back onto the regular sushi mall belt. So yeah, like all of this stuff on here really should not be there at all. So, and it'll put it back onto this belt if there's a request for it. And I guess a few items are already being requested on there, so that's great. So this will keep this belt clean. Although in the future I shouldn't have as many problems with the new system that I added. Next item. Okay, yeah, I took care of this at the start of the episode. The whole, like, iron oxide voiding line in the bootstrap base. Hook up duralumin to break production. Yeah, I did this as well. Salvage 1 caravan and then had to use like 10 more. Fix antimony mining. Yeah, that is actually a problem. Fix boilers on biosample build. I did that. Increase borax inserter. See, I told you I had it planned. Fix brain inserter in AUG slaughtering area. I did that. Remove hydrogen valves outputting south. That I can take care of, although it's not really that important. Clear out hydrogen and reclaim the tanks. I guess I can do that as well, or at least start that getting done. In fact, I need to get rid of one of these lines because it's kind of redundant. Okay, and yeah, if I set this target low enough, I'll just get rid of this hydrogen that is sitting here. But it really looks like my power situation isn't nearly as bad as I expected. 3.2 gigawatts, yeah, that's well within what I kind of expected. And right now, all of these voiding systems are, my fluids are not being used that much. Okay, what was I doing? Antimony mining. A bunch of my antimony mines here are just running dry. I've used up a surprising amount here. Only 2 million, actually. It's just that I was tapping the very edges of the field, and I guess that a bunch of the miners died because of that. This one as well. And so some of these belts are kind of more empty than others. I'm going to repurpose at least this belt. Can it stretch over? Barely, yes, if I add an underground there. Okay, that'll help a little bit. Antimony is now a mission critical resource because I need it for the lab instruments, which are also mission critical. I guess plasmins stopped being made. I expected this to be a little bit of a problem, but actually I need to prioritize the output inserter. So simple circuits will always end up making lab instruments if at all possible. Solidified Sarcourse is not using up all these plasmids. It really should be. Alright, that's a future problem if Solidified Sarcourse is not fast enough. And it's also a future problem for me to set up more antimony mining elsewhere. I just wanted to kind of shuffle the lines so that I get the most out of what I've got here. I might need even more fuel to come in here. That is dismaying. Probably doesn't help that I've now contaminated this area with fuel, which might be one reason why I'm running short. But yeah, I'm trying to deal with my situation here, so bear with me. Hilariously enough, in about 5 minutes, I get access to electric boilers. So this whole song and dance might have been completely unnecessary. But yeah, I've added even more boilers here. And yeah, it looks like my steam situation is finally picking up. Okay. Fantastic. I hope that this is the only serious problem that I have, because this parade of mistakes is not making my confidence feel too great right now. But yeah, I think we're going to go into hands-off mode pretty quick. I'm going to do one more check through the whole base and find out what's going on. Like I didn't put enough inserters here either. Yeah, wow, lots of errors. Yeah, found and fixed another mistake. My chitin was not being voided properly. I tried to pull it off the wrong line, so now The solidified sarcoris should flow through. And yeah, now I'll have a bunch of spoilage on the belt. Found another mistake in my AUG breeding area. Yay. Told you I'd need at least half an hour of troubleshooting here to find the flaws. And there were quite a lot of flaws. So if that is taken care of, now my AUGs should be flowing again. And these paddocks should start going once more. At least with the buffered of tired AUGs that I had before, I shouldn't have as much of a problem as I would have otherwise. And yeah, it looks like even the the AUG slaughtering down here is still running, so that's good. What's my time looking like? Oh, 3 hour, 300 minutes of hands-off mode. At least my next science will definitely be completing in that period, and I'll be really close to getting the next power tech. So, I think at this point I kind of have to go into hands-off mode. It's just going to be such a long time until I can work on the base again if I don't. So, pull the trigger. I feel pretty good about getting logistics science done, even though we're not researching anything. Did I get a delivery up here? Yeah, I have a delivery up here. So some at least got produced and stored away. I guess if things do work, my storage of logistics science will be almost full by the time I come back. But yeah, there's a good chance I'm going to have to call a failure. Let's see how we are doing. 2 days and 21 hours. Can I survive the next 3 hours without either an actual failure or me throwing my hands up because my logistics science build doesn't work too well? We will find out. Thank you so much for joining me. I will see you next time.